to be able to live my freedoms and for my children to be able to live their freedoms.
And when we look at the vet, don't forget their families.
I was going to say, too,
because the family serves just as much as the vet
Absolutely.
serves. In fact, some people would say more.
Yeah, when you first went in, you were a young guy. You went in, your family at home, they were so, I'm sure, frightened for you in Vietnam. I mean, what was it like for the family back home when you were fighting?
Well, from what my mother told me, every night she would go to bed and have a dream. And the next day she would read the letter that I had sent home to see if by chance her dream predicted what I was going through. And on a couple occasions it did. And from that moment on, she was convinced that she knew everything I was doing every day.
Don't you know something? It's about a mother's intuition. Don't you know we're connected?
That's absolutely.
We're always connected, regardless of how old or how young you are.
My brother is in the Army, and, love him so much. And I'll never forget the day that he left. He went right out of high school. The day the recruiter took him away, I've never seen my mother cry so much. With that said, on that day, I have never seen my parents as proud of the man he has become when he came back. Not, they sent off a boy, he came back a man, and they are still so proud to this day of my brother.
And the pride that a family has never diminishes.
Absolutely.
And as a result, this parade, across the country where there are parades and celebrations occurring, it's a chance for the family, too, to step back into the sunlight and say, our son, our daughter have served this country, and we're so proud.
And you were talking to me even before the parade started about the sunlight and just having that moment in the sun and what it means for a veteran.
Yes, absolutely correct. And for example, the young kids behind us
the
now
West
from
Point
West Point,
band right there.
This is a group of 16 and 17-year-olds who raise their right hand and go to West Point knowing full well they're going to graduate and be deployed.
Well, they're the best and the brightest that America has to offer, and I think it is time that we offer them up and listen to this great music today on Veterans Day, the West Point Military Band.
Every time I hear this band play as a West Pointer,
well, I gotta imagine.
It's got to be awesome.
It reminds me when I was 17 walking on the parade. They play the same songs just as well. And those young kids are the best and the brightest, far smarter than we were when we went to West Point.
Can you tell me? Well, can you tell me what they're feeling right now, just to be here in New York City, to feel the pride, the sentiment, and just to know what they stand for so many people?
Every one of these kids will graduate and go into the active duty.
Yep.
The football players aren't playing to go into the NFL. Right. The basketball players aren't going to the NBA. The artists aren't going to be artists in some gallery. Every one of them will wear the uniform of the United States of America and will serve this country 9 times out of 10 abroad.
Yeah, they're absolutely awesome. Now, I've got to wonder, because as a West Pointer, as a guy, I think you've taught at West Point too,
yes,
before,
I did.
right? So tell me this. I'm the biggest civilian in the world. I don't know all these sort of intricacies of the military per se. But what is it, in your opinion, that makes West Point West Point?
The honor code. Every cadet comes to West Point and is told the first day they're there, from this moment on, your honor will never be challenged. Your word is your bond. Nothing that you will confront in life that tempts you to give a half-truth is worth it. Say the truth, do the truth, live it for the rest of your lives. And when I got to Iran on business, I went to a lawyer and I said, do you need a contract? Where is it that I can fill it out? He said, didn't you go to West Point?
That's all I needed.
I said, yes, I did. He said, then let's shake hands.
There you go.
And that's how it's done, because that's how much weight it pulls to be a graduate of West Point. And as we're looking right now, this is West Point pipes and drums, and you can see the cadets right there. It is just a beautiful sight to see, and there's something about hearing those pipes wail, the beating of the drums, sort of like the heartbeat of America, as we are all one today in unison with each other. And there is a beauty to it that you are watching. This band enters so many competitions, I gotta tell you, and they win them all. What's going on with that? Is it because of you?
One of the things that's interesting, the pipers,
yes,
when they play in war, traditionally,
All right, well, we're going to pick this up on the other
Okay,
side,
good.
Paul. Stay with us as we continue to honor America and its heroes.